Alright, imagine this for a moment. You're cruising down the highway late at night, city lights reflecting off deep black paint, and that unmistakable Cadillac presence glides past like it owns the road. You don't even need to see the badge to know exactly what it is. That's the kind of dominance the Cadillac Escalade has always carried, and the 2026 model looks ready to take that reputation even further. The Escalade has never tried to blend in. It's always been about presence, confidence, and luxury turned all the way up. And with the 2026 Escalade, Cadillac isn't changing that formula, they're refining it. This feels less like a reinvention and more like a statement that says, we already lead the segment, now we're just making it better. Let's start with the design, because in black, the 2026 Escalade looks absolutely menacing. The front end is sharper and more refined, but still unmistakably Escalade. That massive grille is still front and center, but now it looks cleaner and more sculpted, with lighting details that give it a high-tech feel, especially at night. The headlights are slimmer and more precise, almost like they're staring straight through traffic. Everything about the front says confidence without trying too hard. From the side, the Escalade keeps that long, wide stance that makes it feel like a luxury SUV built for leaders, not followers. The body lines are smoother than before, more aerodynamic, and the black paint really brings out the depth in the design. Large wheels sit perfectly in the arches, giving it that planted, upscale look that Escalade buyers expect. It still looks big, but now it looks more controlled and polished. The rear is classic Escalade but with a modern twist. Those tall vertical taillights are still there, because that's part of the Escalade's DNA, but they look sharper and more refined. The overall rear design feels cleaner, less bulky, and more premium. Whether you're pulling up to a hotel entrance or sitting in traffic, this SUV demands attention without shouting. Now under the hood is where things get really interesting for 2026. Cadillac is clearly thinking about the future, and the Escalade reflects that. Alongside its traditional powerful engine options, the 2026 Escalade is expected to introduce an improved hybrid setup. This isn't about turning the Escalade into something soft or boring, it's about making it smoother, quieter, and more efficient without sacrificing power. You still get that strong, effortless acceleration that makes merging onto highways feel easy. The hybrid system helps deliver power more smoothly, especially in city driving, and it significantly improves fuel efficiency for a vehicle of this size. It's the kind of upgrade Escalade buyers will appreciate without even thinking about it. And despite being a luxury-focused SUV, the Escalade still knows how to handle itself when the road isn't perfect. Advanced all-wheel drive systems, adjustable air suspension, and smarter traction control make it surprisingly capable off-road. Whether it's snow, gravel, dirt roads, or rough terrain on a family trip, the Escalade stays composed and confident. You're not buying it for hardcore off-roading, but it's reassuring to know it can handle far more than just smooth pavement. Now step inside, because this is where the 2026 Escalade truly separates itself from almost everything else on the road. The cabin feels less like a car interior and more like a high-end lounge on wheels. Cadillac continues to push technology forward with massive curved displays stretching across the dashboard. Everything looks futuristic, clean, and incredibly sharp. The digital experience feels more intuitive than ever. Controls are faster, graphics are smoother, and the system feels like it belongs in a 2026 vehicle, not something playing catch-up. The driver display, infotainment screen, and even passenger-side screens blend together seamlessly. The materials inside are exactly what you'd expect from a flagship luxury SUV. Soft leather everywhere, premium trim options, subtle ambient lighting, and attention to detail in every corner. Even the smallest touches feel thought out. The seats are big, supportive, and built for long-distance comfort. You could drive for hours and step out feeling relaxed. Second-row passengers get just as much attention as the front. There's serious legroom, premium seating options, and a quiet cabin that makes conversations effortless. Third-row passengers aren't treated like an afterthought either, there's actual space back there, making the Escalade a true full-size luxury family vehicle. Technology goes beyond just screens. Driver assistance systems are smarter and smoother, helping rather than interfering. Everything from highway driving to parking feels easier, more controlled, and more confident. Cadillac is clearly aiming for a stress-free driving experience that still feels engaging. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where expectations need to be realistic. The 2026 Cadillac Escalade is not trying to be affordable. With added technology, hybrid power, and even more luxury, pricing is expected to climb higher than the current generation. You're likely looking at a starting point deep into luxury territory, with fully loaded trims pushing well beyond that. But Escalade buyers already understand this. You're paying for presence, comfort, technology, and a level of prestige that very few SUVs can match. This is the kind of vehicle that replaces multiple cars at once. It's a luxury cruiser, a family hauler, a road trip machine, and a status symbol all rolled into one. When you compare the 2026 Escalade to past models, the evolution is clear. Older Escalades were bold and powerful, but this new one feels more refined, more intelligent, and more future-ready. It keeps everything people love while quietly fixing the small things that needed improvement. The 2026 black Cadillac Escalade isn't trying to shock anyone. It's doing something smarter. It's reminding everyone why it's been the benchmark in the luxury SUV world for so long. Bigger doesn't just mean size anymore, it means smarter, smoother, and more refined. If you want an SUV that makes every drive feel important, every arrival feel noticed, and every mile feel comfortable, the 2026 Escalade is shaping up to be exactly that. And honestly, if this is where Cadillac is headed, the Escalade's crown isn't going anywhere anytime soon.